I am Professor Billy. You may have noticed something different. As you know, this podcast is fully powered by AI, from content creation and script writing to voice generation. But it's all carefully supervised and curated by me. Well, today, we're taking things up a notch. We have officially upgraded our voice capability, and I'm thrilled to say that we now have a custom AI voice clone, of me. That's right. From here on, you'll be hearing the voice of Professor Billy, not just in spirit, but in sound. The deep dive discussion duo will still be AIs, but the insights stay sharp. The curation stays human. But the voice at the start of each podcast now sounds a whole lot more familiar. So welcome to Professor Insight Podcast, your deep dive into the frontier of artificial intelligence, neuroscience, and technology that are reshaping the business landscape today. In this episode, we're exploring a sector you might not immediately associate with artificial intelligence, tourism. But trust me, this isn't just about travel upgrades or digital brochures. We're diving into OECD Tourism Paper on artificial intelligence and tourism that was published in December 2024. It is a major OECD policy paper prepared for the G7 that lays out the transformative potential of AI across the tourism industry. Think personalized travel experiences, smarter visitor flow management, improved sustainability, and powerful tools to help small and medium businesses compete in a rapidly changing market. This isn't science fiction, it's already happening. AI is poised to revolutionize how we explore the world, how destinations operate, and how governments shape policy around one of the most economically and culturally important sectors globally. But to fully unlock this potential, we need the right foundations: quality data, strong data governance, workforce training, ethical guidelines, and support for innovation at every level. Before we begin today's deep dive, we would like to give a shout out to the Next Gen Visitor Economy, CRC, who sponsored today's episode. The team of the Next Gen Visitor Economy, CRC, is currently preparing a bid to the Australian Government's Cooperative Research Centre Round 26 grant scheme. The Next Gen Visitor Economy, CRC, aims to pioneer cutting-edge technology and deliver an industry-led program of research and development to transform Australia's visitor economy and accelerate productivity improvements in Australia's tourism sector. They are bringing together experts from 5 different Australian universities and more than 30 industry partners to harness the power of AI, innovative technologies, and collaboration to develop world-leading visitor experiences and destinations. If you want to be a part of this initiative or learn more, visit www.visitoreconomycrc.com.au. Now, let's get back to the episode and take a closer look at how AI could power the next wave of innovation in one of the world's most people-focused sectors, tourism. Let's pass to our deep dive AI duo.
Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're tackling a pretty big topic, one that's really becoming impossible to ignore if you're in tourism: artificial intelligence, AI.
That's right. It's everywhere now, isn't it?
It really is. And you hear artificial intelligence and maybe think, robots and spaceships. But at its heart, it's really just about machines that can sort of mimic how humans learn and solve problems.
Yeah, exactly. A good way to think about it maybe is like teaching a skill. You practice, you get feedback, you improve. AI systems learn from examples, from data.
Like showing loads of pictures to learn what a cat looks like.
Precisely, but on a massive scale. And it's not just one thing, AI. It's more like a mix of technologies working together for things like, understanding language, recognizing images, making predictions, even creating stuff.
Creating things like text or images.
Yep. Generative AI. We'll get into that. But fundamentally, they all rely on a few key ingredients. Data, lots of it, algorithms, which are basically instructions, and, computing power.
Got it. So for this deep dive, our focus is really on why this matters to tourism businesses. Why should you, listening now, understand this? And maybe more importantly, how could you actually use it?
That's the goal. And we're drawing heavily on some really solid analysis, particularly the OECD's tourism paper on AI. It gives a great overview.
Okay, good. So AI and tourism, why should businesses actually care? Is it just hype or is there real substance here?
Oh, there's real substance. AI is genuinely transformative. It has the potential to tackle some pretty significant challenges in the tourism sector, which, let's face it, is a huge part of the global economy and vital for so many local communities.
And is everyone using it already? Or is it patchy?
It's still pretty uneven, honestly. Some are diving in, others are hesitant, but the impact, it's becoming clearer and clearer. So understanding the opportunities and, yes, the risks too, is becoming crucial.
You see governments getting involved too, right? Like the G7 developing AI strategies.
Yeah. Absolutely. That's a huge signal. It tells you this isn't just some niche tech trend. It's fundamental with the power to reshape entire industries, tourism included.
Okay, so let's get practical. If I run, say, a small tour company or a boutique hotel, why should AI be on my radar? What can it actually do for me?
Right, let's break that down. Understanding AI opens doors to innovate in, well, quite a few ways. First off, enhancing the visitor experience
How so?
through personalization. AI can analyze guest data to offer recommendations, marketing, even pricing that feels tailored just for them. Seamless travel, too.
So suggesting the perfect local restaurant or activity based on my past preferences.
Exactly that. Or making content more accessible. Think real-time translation on your website. Diversifying offerings for niche interests. It just makes the whole experience better, more relevant.
Okay. What else?
Better market intelligence. AI can crunch vast amounts of data, social media trends, reviews, booking patterns to give you a much clearer picture of your customers and the market, helping you make smarter decisions.
So less guesswork about what people want.
Precisely. And then there's optimizing operations, managing visitor flow at crowded attractions, dynamic pricing to match demand, automating some internal processes.
Like basic customer service, chatbots and things.
Yep, chatbots are a common example. Handling FAQs, freeing up your human staff for the more complex person-to-person interactions.
That makes sense. And you mentioned sustainability. How does AI fit there?
It has huge potential. Optimizing resource use energy in hotels, for instance. Managing tourist flows to reduce environmental strain, even promoting greener transport options or helping distribute tourism benefits more equitably in local communities.
So it's not just about profit, but also about, well, responsible tourism.
It can be, absolutely. And it can even help make tourism policy itself more data-driven and effective.
Okay, that's a compelling list of whys. But some of the terminology can be a bit daunting. Can we demystify a few key concepts? Let's start with machine learning. You mentioned it earlier.
Sure. Machine learning is really a core part of AI. It's how systems learn from data without being explicitly programmed for every single outcome. Think back to teaching that skill, or maybe teaching a child animals using pictures.
Right, show them lots of cat pictures, lots of dog pictures.
Exactly. The more pictures, data, and feedback you provide, the better the child, or the AI, gets at recognizing them or making accurate predictions. It learns patterns from the data itself.
So it learns by example, essentially.
Spot on, but on a scale humans just can't match.
Okay. And algorithms. Sounds very technical.
Think of an algorithm like a recipe. Seriously, it's just a set of step-by-step instructions that tells the AI what to do with the information it gets.
Like step 1, take customer data. Step 2, analyze preferences. Step 3, output recommendation.
Sort of, yeah. Follow the steps, the algorithm, and you get the desired outcome, like that personalized recommendation or maybe identifying a potentially fraudulent booking. It's the instruction manual.
Okay, recipe, got it. And data, you keep mentioning data. Why is it so critical?
Data is the fuel. Simple as that. If machine learning is the engine, data is the gasoline. You need lots of it, and it needs to be good quality and relevant.
Like learning a language, the more words and grammar you're exposed to,
the better you speak it. Exactly. Feed an AI system poor data or not enough data, and its performance will be poor. Garbage in, garbage out, as they say.
Makes sense. Okay, one more. Generative AI. That's the one creating stuff, right?
Yeah, this is a big one right now. Generative AI can create new content, text, images, music, even video based on the patterns and information in the data it was trained on.
So it could write marketing emails for me or suggest images for a brochure.
Potentially, yes. Think of it like a musician who has studied thousands of songs in a certain genre and can now compose a new piece that sounds authentic to that style. Generative AI does something similar, but with data.
Wow. Okay, so we understand the what a bit better now. Let's circle back firmly to the listener's tourism business. Why does all this machine learning, algorithms, generative AI, why does it matter specifically to them?
Right, because these capabilities directly address real-world business needs in tourism. Let's take personalization again. AI lets you analyze customer data, past trips, browsing habits, declared interests to offer truly tailored experiences.
Like we said, specific tours, Dynamic pricing for loyal customers, maybe?
Absolutely. Suggesting that perfect hiking trail, offering a discount on a spa treatment you know they'd like. It builds loyalty, satisfaction. It moves toward that segment of one idea.
Segment of one. I like that. What about efficiency?
Huge potential there.
Yep.
Automating routine tasks. Think bookings, managing logistics behind the scenes, basic customer service via chatbots 24/7. This cuts overheads, yes, but crucially frees up your people.
Frees them up for the things AI can't do, the personal touch, complex problem solving.
Exactly. Plus things like predictive maintenance. AI can analyze sensor data from, say, hotel HVAC systems or even vehicles and predict failures before they happen, saving costs, avoiding disruption.
That's clever. Less downtime, happier guests.
Definitely. Then there's market intelligence. AI can scan social media, review sites, booking trends, competitor actions, providing insights that would take humans weeks to compile, if ever.
So you can spot trends faster, understand customer sentiment, react quicker, like Tourism Toronto, analyzing behaviors.
Precisely. It enables much more agile and informed strategic decision-making.
And sustainability. You mentioned optimizing energy.
Right. Like Hilton Hotels using AI for energy management, or systems to manage visitor flow at sensitive sites, reducing congestion and environmental impact, promoting greener travel choices based on data. It's about using resources smarter.
And marketing and sales, beyond personalization.
Well, better segmentation, yes.
Yeah.
But also AI assisting with creating marketing content, drafting emails, social posts, powering sophisticated chatbots like HiGiffy that can handle complex queries. Look at Visit Britain's AI-powered campaigns driving engagement. It touches everything.
It really does sound like it covers almost every angle of the business. So if a business is convinced, how do they actually start using AI? What are some concrete applications?
Okay, let's think about different business functions. For strategic planning, you can use AI tools for enhanced business intelligence, analyzing trends, forecasting demand, even assessing ESG impacts.
So looking ahead, making smarter long-term plays.
Exactly. For general admin, automation of routine tasks, performance monitoring, even personalized AI-driven training for staff like MGM resorts using VR.
VR training. Wow.
Yeah, pretty neat. For business intelligence and developing new products, it's about deep data analytics, understanding unmet customer needs, predictive maintenance for infrastructure, speeding up R&D.
So being more responsive to what customers actually want and keeping things running smoothly.
You got it. Marketing and sales, we've touched on a lot. Personalization, dynamic pricing, chatbots, content creation assistance.
Right. And the actual operations, delivering the service.
Think smart logistics, real-time tracking of vehicles, or even luggage. Facial recognition speeding up check-ins at airports or hotels, though there are ethical discussions there, of course. Automated services in hotels, like smart room controls.
Making the journey smoother, more efficient.
That's the goal. And even the digital side, enhancing virtual tours, creating interactive museum exhibits, using AI to help preserve cultural heritage, like the Notre Dame Digital Twin Project.
Bringing places and stories to life digitally.
Exactly. And a really important point here, businesses don't always need to build this stuff from scratch. That's often unrealistic, especially for SMEs.
So how do they access it then?
Through things like software as a service SaaS or machine learning as a service MLOS. These are often cloud-based platforms that let you leverage powerful AI tools for analytics or marketing without needing your own AI team.
Okay. So more off-the-shelf solutions are becoming available.
Increasingly so. And there's potential for industry-specific platforms too, places where tourism businesses could maybe pool data, share learnings, co-create AI tools tailored for tourism needs. That could really lower the barrier to entry.
That sounds like a good way to help smaller players get involved. So we've painted a picture of potential. What are the big implications, the potential upsides for tourism businesses that embrace AI?
Well, the big ones are pretty clear. Increased efficiency, definitely. Higher productivity, better customer experiences leading to more loyalty, smarter data-driven decision-making.
Sounds good so far.
Yeah, and potentially new revenue streams, new business models we haven't even thought of yet. Plus, that contribution to sustainability we talked about, it's a compelling package.
Okay, so with that baseline understanding, let's get into the real-world stuff. How are businesses actually using this AI toolkit? The OECD paper highlighted quite a few, didn't it? Let's maybe start with marketing and sales.
Yeah, good place to start. This is where you see some really clever stuff happening already.
Like Tourism Toronto, for example. They're apparently using AI to sift through, well, everything. Social media chat, booking trends, even spending data. What's the actual impact of doing that?
Well, the real impact there is that they can get incredibly specific with their marketing. By analyzing all that data, who's talking about Toronto online, what they're interested in, are they foodies, adventure types, into culture, and how they usually book and spend,
Mm-hmm.
they can tailor their ads and offers really precisely. So maybe they notice a spike in interest from, say, young families in a particular region looking for kid-friendly activities. Boom, they can target that group with specific packages.
So it's not just guesswork anymore.
Exactly. It's data-driven. The aim is better visitor satisfaction because you're matching the right people with the right experiences and, of course, more revenue for Toronto's tourism businesses. They actually found a whole new segment of urban wellness travelers this way, which led to a measurable bump in bookings for related things like spa packages and yoga retreats.
Wow, okay, so that's real ROI you can point to.
Right.
And what about that Visit Britain campaign, Fake Brit Till You Make It? That sounded quite different.
That was really creative, yeah. They used AI voice modification tech.
Voice modification. How's that?
So people could record their voice and have it transformed into various British regional accents. It was aimed mostly at Americans, playing on that idea of immersing yourself in the culture.
Ah, I see. Fun.
Yeah, and the goal was to showcase the diversity beyond London, get people interested in exploring Yorkshire or Scotland or Wales by hearing those unique accents, spark curiosity, get them appreciating the regional differences. And they saw a definite uptick in website visits to those regional pages from the U.S. during the campaign.
That's a smart way to use AI for engagement. Okay, so that's attracting visitors. What about helping them once they're actually at the destination? Destination British Columbia has something called BC Travel Genius.
Right. That's a great example of an AI chatbot acting like a virtual concierge. The main impact is just instant information.
Like what kind of info?
Anything, really. Museum opening times, recommendations for hikes, help planning your whole itinerary right there on your phone. It's like having a local expert available 24/7. It just makes traveling around BC smoother and easier for visitors. Surveys showed people were happier with how easy it was to find info.
Yeah, that immediate help can make a huge difference. And it's not just the official tourism bodies doing this, is it? I saw something about Mindtrip, a collaborative planner.
Correct. Mindtrip is interesting because it focuses on group travel, which can be, let's face it, a nightmare to organize sometimes.
Tell me about it.
So with Mindtrip, everyone in the group can chuck in their ideas, links, photos, notes about things they want to do. The AI then looks at all that input and generates itineraries or suggests things that kind of match everyone's interests, or at least finds a good compromise.
So it helps sort out the planning chaos.
Exactly. Streamlines it. Groups using it reported spending significantly less time planning. Saves time and probably some friendships too.
I can believe that.
Yeah.
And then the big players, like Expedia, they have Romy, their AI assistant. What's Romy doing?
Romy is all about personalization and efficiency for the individual booker. It learns what you like from your past searches, your bookings, anything you tell it about your current trip plan's budget, style, destination. And then it digs through Expedia's massive inventory to suggest options that are really relevant to you. The impact. It cuts down the time you spend scrolling endlessly, trying to find the right flight or hotel. Early signs show people using Romy are actually more likely to go ahead and book.
Makes the whole process less overwhelming.
Okay.
And even language barriers. Tokyo Haneda Airport using AI translation devices. What's the impact there?
That's a very direct impact on the traveler experience. These devices offer real-time translation, helping international visitors navigate the airport, understand announcements, ask for help. It just breaks down that communication wall.
Yeah, that would reduce stress significantly.
Absolutely. Passenger surveys there showed a definite drop in language-related frustrations. So yeah, marketing, planning, on-the-ground assistance. AI is really smoothing out the edges of the travel journey already, but it's also working hard behind the scenes in operations.
Okay, let's shift gears to operations then. How is AI making things run better for the businesses themselves?
Well, a really big one is energy management. Take Hilton Hotels. They're using AI systems to really fine-tune energy use.
How does that work?
The AI monitors energy consumption constantly, but it also looks at weather forecasts and, crucially, really detailed occupancy predictions like which specific rooms will be full when.
Okay.
Based on all that, it adjusts the heating, the air conditioning, the HVAC systems dynamically, minimizing waste but keeping guests comfortable. Apparently, it can even learn guest preferences over time.
Wow.
And the impact is significant. They've reported noticeable reductions in energy consumption, which means lower costs and a smaller carbon footprint, without guests even noticing, except maybe being more comfortable.
That's a definite win-win.
Yeah.
Okay, what about managing huge numbers of people, like at theme parks. Disneyland was mentioned. How does AI help there?
Disney uses a ton of data from guest wristbands, IoT sensors all over the park, cameras. The AI crunches all this real-time data to see how crowds are flowing.
Where the bottlenecks are forming.
Exactly. It spots congestion building up or wait times getting longer, and that lets them react proactively.
Wow.
They might shift staff around, change how often rides are dispatched, or push notifications through their app telling guests, hey, Fantasyland is busy now, but Adventureland has shorter lines. It helps spread people out.
So a less frustrating day for visitors.
That's the goal, and guest satisfaction scores, particularly around wait times, have apparently improved since they implemented these systems more heavily.
Right. And speaking of queues, airports, always a pain point.
Yeah.
You mentioned facial recognition.
Yes, several major airports, Paris, LA, Vancouver, San Jose, are using AI-powered facial recognition. It's basically streamlining security and boarding. Instead of fumbling for your boarding pass or passport at multiple points,
You just look at a camera.
essentially, yes, it uses your biometric data to verify who you are and clear you through different checkpoints much faster. The impact is shorter lines and less hassle getting to your gate.
That sounds appealing.
Hmm.
What about the stuff we don't see at airports, like on the tarmac?
Yeah, there's AI working there too. A company called OECD uses AI to analyze video feeds of the apron, that's where the planes park, and get serviced.
What's it looking for?
It tracks everything, refueling, baggage loading, catering, and uses machine learning to predict very accurately when a flight will actually be ready to depart.
And the impact of that.
Better coordination for ground crews, airlines, and air traffic control. It helps optimize turnarounds, get planes away on time, and reduce delays. Basically, making the whole intricate dance of ground operations more efficient.
Like an AI stage manager for the airport apron. Fascinating.
Yeah.
And airlines are even using AI for environmental reasons in the air. American Airlines and Contrails.
Yes, that's a really interesting one. They're working with Microsoft and Breakthrough Energy, using AI to analyze satellite images and weather data.
To do what?
To predict where contrails those white lines planes leave are likely to form. Contrails actually trap heat, contributing to warming. So the AI helps pilots plan flight paths that avoid the atmospheric conditions that create them.
So flying smarter to reduce climate impact.
Precisely. It's a novel way AI is contributing to sustainability in aviation. Early trials are showing it can work.
Incredible. Okay, customer service is another obvious area. Booking and Microsoft have an AI assistant.
Yeah, they've developed one together. It handles a lot of the routine stuff, answering common questions, helping with simple booking changes, providing basic info.
So it frees up human agents.
Exactly. The human team can then focus on the more complex, nuanced problems that really need a person. The impact for customers is faster answers to simple questions, and for the company, it's more efficient customer service operations.
Makes sense. And even food waste. iRoastar using AI in hotels.
Yeah, they're using AI systems to track exactly what food is being produced in their kitchens and what's being wasted.
Why track the waste?
By analyzing that data, seeing what gets thrown away most often, or when overproduction happens, they get insights to optimize ordering and cooking. Less food gets wasted, which is great for sustainability and their bottom line. It's about using data to reduce that environmental footprint.
So operations is really being transformed by this energy, crowds, ground ops, customer service, even waste. It's all about data-driven efficiency and sustainability, isn't it?
That's a perfect summary, leveraging data to make smarter decisions across the board.
Okay, moving beyond the day-to-day operations, what about higher-level stuff? General administration, business intelligence? How's AI impacting strategic thinking in tourism?
Well, AI provides powerful tools here too. Take Cathay Pacific Airways again. They're using AI not just for customer interactions, but also to automatically classify and analyze huge volumes of customer feedback.
From surveys, social media, calls.
Exactly, all those sources. The AI can quickly spot recurring issues, identify trends in what customers are saying, good or bad, and help the airline prioritize where they need to improve their service.
So it's like having a superpowered listening tool.
That's a great way to put it. It helps them react faster and more effectively to what customers actually want or are complaining about.
Okay. And employee training. MGM Resorts using VR and AI. That sounds futuristic. What's the real impact?
It's pretty cool, actually. They use virtual reality to create realistic training simulations dealing with a difficult guest, handling an emergency, that sort of thing.
Right.
And the AI part personalizes it. It tracks how the employee performs in the VR scenario, gives them specific feedback, maybe highlights areas where they need more practice.
So it's more targeted than just watching a video or role play.
Much more. It's immersive and adaptive. The impact is better trained staff who are more confident and prepared for real-life situations.
Yeah.
They've actually seen improvements in performance metrics after rolling this out.
That makes a lot of sense. Okay, let's pivot slightly to digital products themselves. How is AI being baked into the actual tools and experiences travelers use?
This is where things get really creative, I think. Look at Barcelona Zoo. They have an AI chatbot designed specifically for accessibility.
Accessibility how?
It helps visitors with various disabilities, visual, auditory, cognitive issues, even mental health needs. It provides tailored info like accessible routes, finding quieter spots, sensory information about exhibits.
That's fantastic. Using AI for genuine inclusion.
It really is a direct positive impact on making the zoo welcoming for everyone.
And cultural heritage. Pompeii's repair project, using AI to restore ruins.
Yeah, that's fascinating stuff. They're combining AI machine learning specifically with robotics and 3D scanning. The AI analyzes all the data from the scans of fragments and the site itself.
To figure out how things fit together.
Basically, yes. It helps identify patterns, understand the original structures, and guides the physical restoration work, making it more accurate and sometimes faster. It's helping piece history back together.
Incredible. And Notre Dame in Paris, similar story.
Absolutely. After the fire, creating a super detailed digital twin of the cathedral was crucial. AI is used to analyze this model, compare pre- and post-fire data, and help plan the reconstruction accurately, respecting the history while ensuring structural soundness.
So AI is literally helping rebuild icons. Amazing.
Mm-hmm.
What about apps that help us explore? Smart Guide AI.
Right, Smart Guide is like a digital audio guide, but smarter. It uses AI to learn what you're interested in based on your profile and maybe past trips.
And then suggest things.
Exactly. It gives personalized recommendations for sites, activities, maybe even cafes. But a key impact they aim for is better tourist distribution.
Me?
Suggesting less crowded places, hidden gems, local experiences, steering people away from the over-touristed hotspots. Better for the visitor, better for the destination.
Like a personal guide nudging you off the beaten path. And Germany's air system for sustainable tourism. Similar idea.
Yeah, similar goal, yeah. AirR uses AI with data from things like smart sensors to understand tourist density in real time.
How busy places are right now.
Correct. And based on that, it suggests alternative, less crowded spots to visitors through apps or websites. Again, the impact is a better experience for the tourist and less pressure on popular sites. It's about managing flows sustainably.
Clever. And France, with the two fronts, they have a planner and a chatbot.
Yes, they have Marianne, an AI planner that whips up personalized itineraries based on your interests, and it specifically includes sustainable transport options. That's a key impact, making sustainable choices easier.
Right.
And then they have the Marianne chatbot too, which acts like a virtual travel buddy, giving real-time advice and local tips while you're actually traveling.
Making sustainable, personalized travel much more seamless. And even just showing a destination, Korea's Van Gogh project.
Yeah.
AI creating art.
That was really innovative marketing. They used AI to generate video clips of Korean tourist spots, but rendered in the styles of famous painters, Van Gogh, Monet, etc.
Wow. What was the impact?
Visually stunning and very memorable. A totally fresh way to showcase the country's beauty and grab international attention. It generated a lot of buzz.
I bet. And finally, back to accessibility, Northern Kentucky Airport, using AI for American Sign Language.
Yeah, another great example of inclusion. They have screens that provide real-time ASL translation of important airport information. The impact is simply making travel more accessible and less stressful for deaf and hard-of-hearing travelers.
It's just amazing the sheer breadth of applications we're seeing.
It really is, across the entire spectrum of the travel experience, from dreaming about a trip to being there, and even preserving the places we visit.
Okay, so let's try and pull this together. Seeing all these concrete examples, what's the overall real-world impact AI is having on the tourism industry right now? Let's summarize the benefits for the traveler.
Well, for the traveler, the biggest impacts are definitely enhanced personalization, getting recommendations and experiences that feel tailored to you, better accessibility, as we saw in several examples, and generally a more seamless, less stressful journey.
Yeah, less time planning, more relevant info.
Exactly, less friction.
And for the businesses, what's the bottom line impact?
For them, it's largely about operational efficiency. Automating routine tasks, which frees up staff. Optimizing resources, think health and energy savings, that's real money. Faster response times, it leads to cost reduction, potentially higher profits, and just being more agile.
Right. And what about sustainability? That came up a lot. What's the tangible impact there?
AI is becoming a really key enabler for greener tourism. We're seeing direct impacts like better energy management, reduced food waste thanks to tracking, optimizing flight paths to cut emissions.
And managing tourist flows to protect sensitive areas.
Precisely. These aren't just nice ideas, they are concrete actions AI is facilitating, leading to a more environmentally responsible industry.
And for the destinations themselves, the places we visit,
AI offers better management tools, predicting when infrastructure might need maintenance, monitoring visitor numbers to prevent overcrowding that damages sites or annoys locals, and even, as we saw, directly helping preserve cultural heritage. It contributes to a healthier tourism ecosystem overall.
Okay, and finally, the people working in tourism. What's the real impact on them?
It's a mixed picture, but evolving. Yes, some routine tasks are being automated, but that's also creating demand for new skills, creativity, complex problem solving, emotional intelligence. Plus, AI is improving training, as with the MGM example, potentially making jobs more engaging by handling the boring stuff.
So it's shifting roles, automating some things, augmenting others?
That seems to be the pattern, yes. It's definitely changing the nature of work in the sector.
So it's undeniable then. AI isn't just coming soon to tourism. It's here, it's working, and it's having a really significant, measurable impact across the board.
Absolutely. The examples we've touched on, and there are many more, really drive home that AI is enhancing experiences, boosting efficiency, promoting sustainability, and fundamentally transforming how tourism operates for everyone involved.
It definitely makes you think. For our listeners, hearing about all these real-world applications from chatbots to control reduction, how might these examples spark new ideas, maybe inspire innovation in your own work, whether you're in tourism or a field that touches it?
And perhaps, thinking longer term, as AI gets even more sophisticated and woven into travel, it raises a really interesting question, doesn't it? How do we maintain that crucial balance between all this amazing technology and the essential human element, the hospitality, the connection, the serendipity that really makes travel special? How will that balance be redefined in the years ahead?